Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ridge Life Ramblings, we are back on the road. That's right, guys. We are leaving Mississippi. We just got done with an amazing weekend with Mike, Sid, and Frankie down there at 3 Mississippi. Of course, David from Come On Homesteading, he was there for part of the weekend as well. And from the moment we got there to the moment we left, it was just hospitality overload. And I got tons of good footage. Later on this week, you're going to see hopefully a really good video, if I can do it justice, because the video I've seen of their property, you know, when you see it in person, it just completely changes the way things look. And I think you're really going to be impressed. Now, of course, the weekend started off. I went down to Starkville, Mississippi to see my son off at Mississippi State in college. And we ate so good. He took me for dinner to a place called Dewey's in downtown Starkville. Starkville's a small little town in Mississippi. And it was like a house. It was a house converted into a restaurant. It had all these different areas, rooms where the tables were set up and everything. And they bought the lot next to it, and that was for parking lot. And the food was just delicious. Now, I had fried catfish and fried shrimp. Gotta love me some fried catfish. But the fried shrimp was probably the best fried shrimp I've ever had in my life. I don't know what it was they did to it, but it was delicious. But my son, Morgan, he had what was called the triple threat. And what that was a sandwich. I think it had like a brioche bun or something. And it was barbecue bologna, a couple slices of barbecue bologna, pulled pork, barbecue pulled pork, and then slabs of applewood bacon, smoked applewood bacon on top. My mouth was watering just watching him eat it. It looked so good. He had onion rings and everything. Anyway, Dewey's in Starkville, Mississippi, downtown. You can't beat that. So, and then we had a pretty eventful night. We went back to his apartment and parked where we shouldn't have parked at the apartments there near the college, and they are not tolerant on parking in undesignated spots, because in the short time we were there, his truck got towed. We were only there maybe 20-30 minutes, and as we were coming out, 5th story apartment, we heard the doop, 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 backing up of a large vehicle, and he looked out the window and said, "My truck's getting towed." So he ran down to the bottom. And the guy was just backing up, and he said, "Hey, can I take this since you ain't got it hooked up?" And the guy had his hand on the lever and went, beep, soop. He goes, "You're hooked up now." I was like, oh my goodness. Well, needless to say, we did not get to keep the vehicle. They took it, and it was not cheap getting it out of impound, I'll tell you that right now. But luckily, one of his friends gave me a ride back to my hotel, and Morgan came back to his. The next morning, I went and picked Morgan up, and we went and got his vehicle. Yeah, that was a crazy thing, but it wasn't that. I mean, it was an adventure. I'll tell you that. It was an adventure. But we went Saturday. The weather was gorgeous in Mississippi, and Saturday morning we went to breakfast before we went and picked his vehicle up, and we went to the Starkville Cafe. And the Starkville Cafe is this quaint little restaurant, again in downtown Starkville, Mississippi. And we'd eaten there before. It was delicious. I ate lunch there, but I didn't have breakfast. So this time we had breakfast, and I ordered French toast and bacon. And, you know, as you can tell, I love me some bacon. And the waitress said, "Do you want duck butter with that?" And I'm like, "Ma'am, duck what?" "Duck butter. It's our own special syrupy thing." I said, "Well, I gotta have me some duck butter. I mean, if you're offering me duck butter, and I mean, it sounds like I need me some duck butter." So anyway, short time later, my French toast comes out.
Turn left.
My French toast comes out and has this little bitty pouring jar, this little bitty, decanter or something, and in it looked like maple syrup, but you could tell it had something else in it. And so I poured it on my French toast, and oh my goodness, guys, duck butter is the bomb. You could tell it had butter and maple syrup, but it had something else. And everyone's saying it's probably rendered duck fat or something. I don't know. I don't know where they get the term duck from. In Starkville Cafe and the Mississippi State's the Bulldogs. I don't know where the duck came from, but duck butter. If you're ever in Starkville, Mississippi, go to the Starkville Cafe and get you some duck butter on your pancakes or your waffles or whatever you put syrup on. You got to have you some duck butter. So then we went back to the campus and we went geocaching. I forgot to bring my disc for disc golf. Sorry,
turn
Drew.
left to US 45, alternate.
Got to turn my directions down a little bit here. So we went geocaching. If y'all don't know what geocaching is, it is a GPS coordinates game. It's an app you put on your phone, and people hide stuff all over the world. They hide things all over the world, from little bitty micro magnets with little paper in it you can write your name on, to big giant caches, big boxes with all kinds of toys and gifts and stuff. So people hide these things and they record the GPS coordinate, and then you open the app and you look for one that's close to you, and it just gives you coordinates. You click on it and you drive to it, and then you get out
straight for 25 minutes,
and you use your phone, your GPS, it says, you know, 20 feet this way, and it gets pretty accurate. You can probably get within 5-10 feet of it. Then you got to put the phone down and start looking for it. And it could be under a bridge, it could be on top of a signpost, it could be anywhere. You got to see what size it is. And some of these things are so creative. I put some pictures on my Facebook page. So if you're not friends with me on Facebook, go check out that. And I put pictures of some of these geocaches. But we went all, and the cool thing about geocaching is you will find places geocaching that you never, ever, ever would have seen otherwise. We found this Fireman's Park. It was near a fire station in Starkville, Mississippi, and it was a little park, a little sitting park, relaxation park, and in it they had an eternal flame. It was a fire hydrant, and inside the fire hydrant was a perpetual natural gas flame, and that was really cool. And we had to find the geocache around it, and there'd be like train trestles, and just some waterfalls and sinkholes, and just some really, really cool places that in areas you may have grown up and never knew existed. There may be a waterfall 15 miles behind your house and you never heard about it. And geocaching will take you there. It's a really, really a fun game. I've been doing it. I've got over 700 finds. It's a fun thing. So if you ever want to go download the geocaching app, and you can start it for free, and you can pay for the bigger service and get more features and stuff, but the free is fine for most uses. So geocaching. And then of course we went and picked his vehicle up, and after that we just hung out. We had a good time, and then from there I said goodbye to him because he was going to go back to Tennessee, actually, to his family up in Tennessee, north of where the ridge is. And so then I went on to Starkville, or to 3 Mississippi, and really it was only about a 45-minute drive, or 45-mile drive, which in the country means about 30 miles, especially when you're driving a SRT, unless you're Dave from Come On Homestead, and then it'd take you about 3 hours, because he drives like a grandma. I mean, I'm sorry, grandmas, he drives way slower than you, so I apologize to all the grandmas out there. David, love you. So, get to 3 Mississippi, and David hadn't got there yet, again, because he drives so slow. And instantly, guys, the hospitality of Mike, Sid, and Frankie came out. Frankie was on the tractor, the tractor, and Frankie, 12-year-old girl, was on the tractor. Mike was on the real tractor, the blue Ford tractor, because all tractors are blue, right? All real tractors are blue. He was on the Ford tractor. And you're going to like the people you're getting ready to meet when you come up and the 12-year-old girl is driving a tractor, and the husband's driving a tractor, and the wife is inside making some vittles. Ooh, man. She said, Tim, my goal is to make sure you are fat and happy this weekend. And man, did she ever. I ate some, we'll get into that in a minute. So we commenced instantly. I never met Mike before. I'd met Sid at 2 meetups, but I'd never met Mike in person. Me and Mike have been texting each other about deer hunting and processing and all that stuff for months. But I got to meet Mike in person, and it's like we had been known each other forever. You know, he's a good old Tennessee boy, you know, raised in Tennessee. He lived in California for a while, and he was in the Navy, so we had a lot in common. And so we hit it off right off the bat. You know, we like pew-pews, we like hunting, we like food, you know, music. So we just had a good old time getting caught up on the years we never knew each other. And then he commenced showing me around. Now David shows up about this time, and he's in his tracksuit. Looks like he's Guido from New York City. And New York City, yeah, he got a tracksuit on. You know, he travels comfortable. You know, I'm wearing my Ariat boots and my Wrangler shirt and everything. I guess I don't travel comfortable. Actually, if you recall, my last video on the way down here, I was wearing a tracksuit too, pretty much. Sweatpants, t-shirt, and a sweat zip-up. But hey, you do what you got to do. The reason I'm wearing this, I just came from church, so we'll get into that in a minute too. But so we get the tour, and David had already had the tour. He'd been there before me, and but we drove around, and Frankie was our tour guide. Frankie drove the truck. Again, she's 12 years old, guys, so we're all in the vehicle. This 12-year-old driving this big pickup truck, and we drive all around, and we see the deer sign, and we see a deer carcass, and man, I got some aerial footage. Drone Pilot provided some beautiful aerial footage for you, and I can't wait to get that and get it edited from them. And gonna be beautiful. You're gonna love that stuff. So we walked around, and their video does not do justice on how elevated their house is and how much of an elevation change is on the back pasture. It seriously goes deep down. You know, that place where when Dave was down there last, and Sid was driving, and she ran over the culvert. She ran through the ditch and hit the culvert. That's since been fixed, by the way, because Frankie was driving. But you just couldn't tell the elevation change from the house property down to that culvert property. And so he took us back, or she took us back, and we got to see all the fields, the hunting blind, where, guys, Frankie took her first deer Friday night. So congratulations, Frankie, on your first ever deer harvest. And they got something special planned, so if you want to see an amazing video, they'll have a video out very soon, hopefully, of Frankie's first deer harvest. It's pretty special. I already seen the raw footage, and you will be stoked. You'll be rooting right along with her. But so we got back from the tour, and then it got on, baby, on like Donkey Kong, as David says. Mike put on, he smoked some backstrap, and this backstrap, he'd wet aged to process it. You know, me and him had worked on perfecting, and I think he got it to the T. So he smoked this backstrap, and then he reverse seared it. Okay, guys, he smoked it for a while, and then he brought it in a hot skillet and reverse seared it. Got it right to medium rare, and he sliced that up, and guys, it was beefsteak. I mean, it was beefsteak to the nines. It was venison, and you could taste it was venison, but it was as good as a filet mignon, you know, beef filet mignon. Oh my goodness. So, well, along with that, we had these rosemary broccoli sprouts, and we also had potatoes. Maybe it was the rosemary potatoes, I don't know. Sid made these sides, and they were the bomb. They were super delicious. So we ate that meal, and we were all pretty much done for the night. But wait, there's more. And we were not done, because what happened next? Well, actually, it was just before that. While the meat was cooking, 3 Mississippi went live, and we had a blast. Oh my goodness. So Sid and Mike ran the show. Me and Dave were there. Frankie was in on part of it, and we just had a blast, you know, on their live. So then we had dinner, and then I went live at gosh, what time was it? 6:45 or something like that. And that live blew up off the hook. They all shared out the links, and I did that on my Ridge Life channel. And this is Ridge Life Ramblings, by the way, or, you know, my side channel. But it went live on Ridge Life. So if you haven't seen that, go over to Ridge Life and watch this live, because it was off the hook. The most people people I've ever had in a live stream was around 300. Guys, we had almost 700 people in that live stream. Almost 700 concurrent viewers. And David was on point with his humor. Now, we made fun of each other's tractors. We made fun of each other's hunting. We definitely didn't make fun of Mike's cooking. No, we would never even go there because it would be blasphemy to even bring up him being a bad cook because it was that good. And David's a good cook, and I'm a pretty good cook. But Mike, out of here, man. You did great. So we kidded each other and everything, but then the biggest special moment was Mike and Frankie came in with a guitar and they sang a duet of 7 Spanish Angels. And we were our jaws dropped. Everyone who was watching, tears. I mean, we had our flashlights on our phones going, oh, we had a concert. I mean, they sang 7 Spanish Angels, and many people were moved. Many people were moved. Again, if you haven't seen this, you got to go watch that live stream on Ridge Life. It was my Saturday night live with me, Mike, Sid, Frankie, and David. There's a picture on the thumbnail for us for the live stream. You'll know that's the one. And guys, and we finished up that live right at an hour, and I hit 1,000 subscribers on Ridge Life Ramblings. I was around, I forgot, I was a couple hundred off from it or whatever. And between Mike and Sid shouting me out and David shouting me out, linking the video, we went well over 1,000 subscribers on Ridge Life Ramblings. So that is something I am super appreciative of, and really appreciative of you all for making that happen. Now the next thing I need is watch time, but you guys take care of that with these ramblings. I don't think the watch time is going to be an issue. So, and another thing, this channel, Ridge Life, or my other channel, Ridge Life, my main channel, is only a couple hundred away, or a few hundred away from 20,000. And that's just something I know is going to happen very soon. And we're going to plan something very, very big and special for that. A big special celebration when we hit 20,000 subscribers. So I'm heading home now, and at 7 p.m. tonight, Sunday, I will have Ridge Life Lessons live. It'll be a live Bible study at 7 p.m. Central. I'm hoping to get this video out when I get home and upload it before then. So hopefully you'll be watching this before then. Tomorrow night, Monday night, I believe I scheduled it for 5 p.m. as a premiere of my 2022 hunting season in review. I got to take some amazing deer, and we had some ordeals to deal with initially, especially during bow season. So we'll do a premiere tomorrow night, Monday night at 5 p.m. Central of that video. It's not super long, but I think you'll really enjoy it. And I want to do it as a premiere because we can talk about how all that played out. It is supposed to rain and be cold all week this week, but I have got to get the rest of the land cleared. I got to get out there with the tractors. I need it to dry out. I don't care about the cold. I need it to dry out, and I also need to get the bees, the rabbits, and the chickens moved down to the off-grid property, or the new ridge property from the old ridge property. And the chickens and the rabbits shouldn't be too much of an issue. Again, I need it drier so I can place them where they're going to be without tearing up the field next to the log cabin. I don't want to tear up the field because Grandma has to see that when she drives up. And then, of course, the bees. I need a cold night to package theirs, to seal the bees up so I can bring them without getting stung 1,000 times. Because, guys, I am allergic to bees. You're like, Tim, why are you a beekeeper? Because it's fun and the honey tastes good. Speaking of which, I gave the whole crew down there in 3 Mississippi and David, and I gave some for David to take back to the 41.36 Simple Life Reclaim Country Road Cure, some honey. I gave them tons of summer and fall honey, and then I also gave Dave some mead, honey wine, to share with him, and gave him some other merch and stuff. So I gave Dave some backstrap of some deer I took on the ridge, so he can go home and have his own backstrap, because apparently, you know, he can't shoot one on the Come On Mountain up there. But guys, next year he will get one. He was just pressed for time, And you know, he only got to hunt a couple days. He was late getting his season set up, you know. But David will get one on Come On Mountain. Probably make us look bad. He'll probably get a giant, you know, monster buck. But I hope he does. I hope he does. That's good for David. So what a weekend. But wait, it's not over. Sunday morning we get up and David heads on out. So he's heading on out to Come On Mountain, and we go to Sid and Mike's church, and got to meet some very, very nice people. So if you're watching this from Sid and Mike's church, thank you for your hospitality. The Houston church there in Houston, Mississippi, I'm very, very impressed. You all were very hospitable. But what happened afterwards is half the congregation went to a family's house, and we had dinner. We had some of the best bean dips, and oh man, we had, you know, taco salads and tacos. It was all buffet style, and got to meet all kinds of Mississippians. Mississippians, is that what they are? And of course, everyone had their Mississippi State maroon on. Go, you know, Hell State, go Dogs. And so got to meet some really, really nice people. They all thought I was from California because I was friends with Sid and Mike. I said, no, I'm from Tennessee. I'm a good old boy right up north, you know, north of you guys. I'm not a northerner. I'm just north of Mississippi, okay? So got my belly full again. And that's when we went back to the Three Mississippis property, said our goodbyes, jump on the road, and here we are right now, heading back, heading north. It's not raining on me right now, but it is, you know, dreary and overcast. And I got to get back, get unpacked, and get ready for our live stream tonight at 7 on Ridge Life Lessons, or Lessons from the Ridge. So I hope you're excited about seeing the video of all the things I just talked about, because I recorded almost all of that. Not the church and the family dinner and everything, but recorded almost all of that. So you're going to see some amazing video coming up, hopefully towards the end of the week on Ridge Life. And of course, I'll have more ramblings for you very, very soon. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Leave comments down below. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to Ridge Life or Ridge Life Ramblings, please, 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 please subscribe. It's 100% free. And hit that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video comes out on any of those channels. So guys, until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed, blessed day, and more ramblings for you. Go Ridge Life.